Welcome to Rebuilding a Stuart 1010V steam engine Part 6. This episode is about drilling some holes in the pistons and painting the engine green. In order to screw the piston rods into the crossheads, I need to drill a couple of holes in the tops of the pistons. That will allow me to rotate the pistons and rods, screwing them very tightly into the crossheads. You've just been watching me shortening a piece of brass bar so that it's just slightly longer than the length of the piston rod. And in this clip I'm drilling a hole all the way through the piece of bar. I need to support this piston before I put any pressure on the top of it to drill a hole in it. Another way of doing this job would be to set up my rotary table on the milling machine and put the piston rod into the chuck. By doing it that way I could rotate the part accurately to 90 degrees. So why am I doing this? I've drilled this hole in a piece of brass so I can pop the piston and rod into the piece of brass. Then all I need to do is hold the brass in my drilling machine, my small drilling machine. The jig that I've just made took a very short time to make. And here you can see what I'm going to do. The jig that I've made supports the piston whilst I drill it. This clip shows me using my deep hole marker to draw a line across the top of the piston. First on one of them and then on the other. This will allow me to rotate the piston in the drilling jig and drill two holes that are in line and equidistant from the centre. Maybe it's not the type of engineering that some viewers will be used to, but it's my type of engineering. And in no time at all, with the help of my calibrated eye, I drill two holes in each piston. I've set the drilling machine depth stop so it can't go all the way through. That wouldn't be good. Before fitting these pistons into the engine, I will be dismantling them, removing the O-rings, giving everything a thorough clean so there won't be any metal particles lurking about in the cylinder. That's one done, now for the other. I'm not going to labour the point, it's exactly the same as drilling the first one, and here's the second one drilled. After the drilling operation I thought it would be a good idea to clean the top surface of the piston. I did this in the Myford lathe using a piece of Scotch-Brite, but this is very bad practice. It's a much better idea to put a stick inside the Scotch-Brite or the emery cloth or whatever you're using, and by using the stick and the emery cloth method you're less likely to have an accident. Here are the finished pair of pistons, looking a bit full of swarf and oil and stuff like that, but I will remove that before I assemble the engine, but the holes are in the right place to allow me to tighten them into the crosshead. Rebuilding is very much like building from scratch, except some of the work's already done for you. You need to end up with a kit of parts that are all mechanically good, so when you bolt them back together you won't have any problems. And that's it for the mechanical aspect of this episode. And now sit back and relax, because it's painting time. I'm not going to paint this engine Stuart green, I'm going to paint it Great Western Railway green, because I have lots of this paint. This colour is quite similar to Brunswick green and not really similar to the current Stuart range of green paint. I do actually like green paint for Stuart engines, hence my use of green paint. And that's it from me. Stay healthy, thanks for watching and I hope you found it useful. To accompany the painting sequence, I composed, played and recorded a piece of music, and I call this piece of music the same colour green as a girlfriend that I once had. please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.